Welcome back to the Sharing English podcast, where we explore stories from the English-speaking world, spoken slowly and clearly for curious English learners like you. Let's get started. I'm your host, Freya, and today's episode is all about something many of us enjoy every day: coffee and tea. Around the English-speaking world, people drink these two hot drinks in very different ways. Today, we'll learn about how people in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and other countries enjoy their coffee and tea, and what those habits say about culture. Let's start with a simple question. Are you a coffee person or a tea person? In the English-speaking world, you'll find both, but the favorite often depends on the country. In the United States and Canada, most people drink coffee. In the United Kingdom, Ireland, and some parts of Africa and Asia, tea is more traditional. Both drinks, though, are part of everyday life. But how people drink them and what they mean is very different depending on where you are from. In the US, coffee is usually about energy and speed. Americans often drink coffee in the morning to wake up and get going. It's strong, hot, and usually served to go. Many people get coffee from drive-thrus or coffee shops like Starbucks or Dunkin'. You might see people walking down the street with a paper cup and a plastic lid. At home, many Americans use a drip coffee machine or a single-serve machine like Keurig. Coffee is often black with cream and sugar. There are also flavored coffees: vanilla, caramel, pumpkin spice, and more. In the US, coffee is often more about function than tradition. But for some people, a coffee shop can also be a social space or a quiet place to work. Now let's go across the pond, also known as the Atlantic Ocean, to the UK. In Britain, tea is more than just a drink. It's part of the culture. British people often drink black tea with milk. Popular brands include PG Tips, Tetley, and Yorkshire tea. You boil water, pour it over a tea bag, and let it steep for a few minutes. Tea time is often in the afternoon. Sometimes it's called afternoon tea or a cuppa. You might hear someone say, "Would you like a cuppa?" This could be just a regular cup of tea, or if it's more formal, it might include scones, sandwiches, and cakes. Tea is often linked with conversation. If someone has bad news or something to discuss, they might say, "Let's sit down and have a cup of tea." In Australia and New Zealand, people love both tea and coffee, but in very different ways. In daily life, many Australians drink instant coffee at home. It's quick and easy, just hot water and a spoonful of coffee powder. But when they go out, they take coffee seriously. Australians are known for their cafe culture. One popular drink is the flat white, a strong espresso with creamy milk like a small latte. Tea is still common, especially at home or with older generations, but young people are more likely to go out for coffee. In South Africa, people drink both tea and coffee. But there's also something special: rooibos tea. Rooibos is a red herbal tea that comes from South Africa. It has no caffeine and a naturally sweet taste. It's often served like regular tea with milk or honey. You can also find regular black tea and coffee in most homes, but rooibos is a point of national pride. India is not typically considered an English-speaking country overall, but English is one of its official languages, and it's widely spoken. India is known for its tea, especially chai. Chai means tea in Hindi, but in English, we often say chai tea, even though that technically means tea. Indian chai is made with black tea, milk, sugar, and spices like cinnamon, ginger, or cardamom. Chai is everywhere, in homes, on street corners, and in small tea stalls called chaiwalas. These drinks tell us something about daily life and values in different countries. In the US, coffee is fast and functional. In the UK, tea is slow and social. In Australia, cafes are part of modern lifestyle. In South Africa and India, traditional drinks connect people to culture and history. Even though we all drink something hot in the morning, the way we drink it is shaped by our history, tradition, and habits. Before we wrap up, it's important to talk about how tea and coffee became such a big part of daily life in English-speaking countries. The answer lies in history, and especially in colonialism. In the 1600s and 1700s, European powers like Britain and the Netherlands began trading with countries in Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean. These countries often had valuable goods that Europe did not, such as tea, coffee, sugar, and spices. Tea came to Britain from China and later from India, especially through the British East India Company. Over time, it became a daily drink, not just a luxury. Coffee was first grown in Ethiopia and became popular in the Middle East before spreading to Europe through trade. Eventually, the British and French grew coffee in their colonies, such as Jamaica and the Caribbean and Kenya in Africa. But this trade was not always peaceful or fair. Many of these goods were grown using slave labor or under colonial control. For example, sugar, which is often added to tea and coffee, was produced on Caribbean plantations using enslaved African people. This part of the story is complicated, but it's important. Tea and coffee are global drinks shaped by trade, power, and history. Today we enjoy them casually, but they have deep roots in the past. So the next time you enjoy a cup, you're also sipping a small part of world history. Now, I want to ask you, do you prefer coffee or tea? How do people in your country drink these drinks? Do you drink them alone, with friends, at work, at home, at a cafe? You can tell me on social media or my website. I'd love to hear your stories. Thank you for listening to the Sharing English podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a rating or review, and share the podcast with a friend who's also learning English. You can find out more about me and the podcast at our website, www.sharing-english.com. New episodes of the Sharing English podcast are available weekly wherever you listen to podcasts. As always, let me know, what topics are you interested in hearing more about? Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep sharing English.